Welcome back to another episode of Bourbon Buddies. Today, what do we got, buddy?
We're down in Kentucky at the Bourbon Trail.
At an undisclosed location.
We're right outside of Lexington, Kentucky, and we're at an Airbnb, which is awesome. It's like a
Very
cabin.
awesome. Killer place.
Yeah.
Super quiet.
If you're really interested in the place, just email us. You can get our contact info. You can email thebourbonbuddies@gmail.com. We're more than happy to give you a little link to this place.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it.
Yeah.
Nice and close to a lot of places, so
Mhm.
awesome. What we wanted to talk about is
We want to talk about
whiskey.
bourbon in general. Why should you go, or why would you be inclined to go to Kentucky to see the Bourbon Trail?
Like what benefits are, hey, I can
Yeah.
buy bourbon in the store. And that's kind of what we were talking about. We've been pretty steady just about every day. I mean, there are little things, little hot finds, if you will, that you can only get there. They sometimes save a couple of treats for stopping in. So they make it worth your while, in other words. So, would you like to start with all that, buddy? Like, what was one of your first hot little finds down here?
I would love to start with that. Cool things you can find in this distillery only, I guess they put out.
Right.
The one that I thought was awesome, that many of you probably know about, is that when we went to the Heritage Center in Bardstown for Heaven Hill, you can go to the little gift shop there, and you can pick up this Elijah Craig Barrel Select, little 200 ml bottle, 125 proof.
Right.
It's no age statement.
It's interesting. I mean, there's that hit that tells you, oh yeah, this is Elijah Craig. And then there's some other things going on there that really wonder what they're up to. It's sort of like it, but it's different. And it just had some cool things going on and things changing around, and it was cool. So we don't want to give all that away just yet.
They have like a little back shelf behind the cash register in the gift shop area, and you'll see it kind of on the bottom. They just have a bunch of them lined up.
You could have easily walked by it though.
You got to kind of know what you're looking for in there. But they're more than happy. They're like, oh yeah, we got them.
Yeah, $29.99 for it, which, if that's the only place you can get it, which isn't terrible, just for a little experimental kind of just try something new.
Gives you a little gift for going down there, you know?
Yeah, so, but there's one thing. I mean, obviously, besides all the merch, and I show the hat off again. So we'll talk about Bardstown Bourbon Company.
Actually, why don't we?
Yeah, here was a total score, and here's another great thing. Autographed bottles, signed bottles by the master distillers themselves. They are laying around the gift shop. What a cool tour. Oh my God, was that tour awesome. Amazing.
State-of-the-art facility. I mean, that place is stunning. Super, super clean, modern.
Yep.
And the people there couldn't have been nicer.
Yep, everybody was awesome. The restaurant was great. I mean, it was like a place you could go and hang out. And dude, they have a freaking bar. Oh my God, like just about anything you can think of ever that comes out of bourbon, or not even. And they even said if you don't see it on our menu, ask it, we might have in the back. They had bottles of all kinds of stuff that I've never seen, I've heard of. I mean, you're gonna probably pay for a pour, but at least you get, you get the chance to try it. Get to put your lips on it.
I think it's actually smart to kind of do that kind of stuff, especially when you go to, a place that, bar down here that maybe has really rare pours, and you can kind of put to rest the whole,
There's a horse that's not happy.
Yeah, the horse is not happy over there. A lot of horses in Lexington, by the way.
But he's got the donkey fired up.
Oh yeah, donkey's all going. Yeah, I'm getting all fired up now. It's like, calm down over there. Bardstown Bourbon Company allows you to go into that bar,
try stuff. Yeah, just try stuff. Because I mean, we've all bought those bottles that we were like, ugh, after we bought it. At least, hey, if you pay a few bucks more per pour or whatever, but you get to try it, and it may be something like, man, when I see this, I'm gonna take advantage of it, or wow, I hyped this up in my mind. It wasn't what I wanted it to be.
And we got their 2 flights. They do flights of their own stuff,
which was
the collaboration flight and the discovery flight.
I think it was a discovery flight, yeah.
Which, they gave you 2 discovery number 1, discovery number 2, and then a fusion number 2. Yeah, fusion number 2, which they're just dropping, I think, like next week. Fusion 3 and discovery 3.
The 2 discoveries were like, this was like a good 15 minutes of pondering, like, which one do we buy? But there's 10, 12, and 14 year in this
of Kentucky bourbon, which they don't tell you where they're getting it from, but they give you like the mash bill.
So we have some a little bit of an idea of where this stuff might have come from. All right, where else did we go, buddy?
Well, buddy, the other place that we went to
The new Lux Row facility.
in
Once
Bardstown.
again.
Oh my God.
Beautiful place. Beautiful place. And here again, for us in PA, I've never seen this.
Yeah, Davies County, the label they kind of bought out. Check out our Instagram page at the Bourbon Buddies, which all lowercase, no spaces, no anything in there, right? No underscores, blah, blah, blah. We took some pictures of the tasting and everything there at Lux Row, and they let you taste their Lux Row double barrel 12-year, which was insanely good.
It was so good. It was so good. It was everything like somebody who's into bourbon dreams about. It's a little pricey, so
but I get why.
I was like tempted to pull the trigger, but I
You want to blow your wad?
Yeah, I don't want to blow my wad right away.
Shotgun reference, by the way.
Yeah, nothing else. Awesome place. A lot of really good stuff to try. Great tour. So definitely worth checking those guys out. And they're really making some good stuff, man. And they have a lot of stuff there to try, and they have a cool bar and everything in there. So definitely worth checking those guys out. You can buy some swag and get some hats and shirts and all that stuff that you just don't see. And for us, it was products that we don't see, and that's kind of was like the big thing for us, is like getting our hands on stuff we've just heard about. Definitely check out Lux Row when you come down, because don't overlook anything down here. Okay, we're going to talk about the elephant in the room. We know that some people say this is overhyped. Some people say it's the greatest thing since, I don't know, the lava lamp or whatever, right?
Love lava lamps, by the way.
I haven't had it in years because it's been so difficult for us to get. It's probably been 2 or 3 years, and we were literally just talking about it'd be nice to try it again just to see where we stand. Went to Buffalo Trace, and we did a tour. And after the tasting, the guy said, we do have Blanton's for sale, but you have to ask for it down in the gift shop. It was not out on a shelf. And we happened to be in there the day before because we just stopped in to do a quick tasting and check the place out, even though we were doing a tour the following day, and they didn't have it.
Yeah.
It wasn't there because we were even around the whole register and everything where they had it. Now, we didn't know to ask, but I'm pretty sure it just came available the day we were there. There again, another reason, and it wasn't marked up or anything like that.
No,
we paid $63 or something like that for it, which is fair.
You know what? You just mentioned another reason why to go down to Kentucky is that the whole price thing. I thought that they were just going to be charged, because this is my first time down here, not Jeff's. They're going to like jack the prices up of bottles,
the distillery, yeah.
Dude, no. They're not. It's all reasonable.
I know they didn't.
Yeah, I mean, most of the places we went to,
everything was pretty fair.
there was a couple maybe like ones that are like, oh, like a little pricey.
You're all hyped up on being at the distillery and ready to throw some cash down, and it was like, no, they're $63. They had Eagle Rare there, which I know.
Oh yeah,
you could usually get that anywhere, but we haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah, it's kind of come and go, and
it was $34, which is right around what it should be. Really amazing place just to be it.
Yeah, Buffalo Trace.
Buffalo Trace was.
It's like Disney World.
Yeah,
like
it
bourbon.
is.
It's like,
and they are
so
doing
many different things.
They are doing some big stuff down there, man. I mean, they're literally doubling production.
Yeah, we went on that expansion tour,
and they showed us all the different places. This is what we can do now. This is what we're putting in, and a lot of construction going on, and so yeah, the guy said they're literally trying to double production.
Insane.
And he wanted all of us to continue to drink bourbon to support the cause.
That's not going to be a problem.
We told him we'd do our best. Another sweet find.
So to the untrained eye, you'll see a bottle of Four Roses single barrel. Actually, it's not untrained. You just turn the bottle over. So this is your Four Roses single barrel. We went to Four Roses today, and just the gift shop's open. They do not have tastings or anything open. And that brings me to another point. If you're coming down here sooner than later, just make sure that you book stuff and check things online. Call. They really appreciate if you call, because I know that your wife was, Christy was calling like every place,
everything up.
Thanks so much for doing that, because you have to online. You got to book tours and stuff. So
yeah, a lot of places only allow so many people, and it just turns. If you're not, and of course you have to wear a mask. And some places aren't doing tours.
Right.
Like Four Roses was not. I'm not sure why some places are and some places aren't. Yeah. But you definitely want to call ahead and have a reservation for a tour. You sort of have to work your day around that. It's not like the old days where you could just like walk in. Like, hey, this is the first time I ever toured a distillery, like driving up the highway and saw the sign for Turkey. I'm like, let's swing in. And then we like end up taking a tour and like having a good time.
We walk in. Guy, super nice at Four Roses. Everyone was greeting us and
beautiful
just like
place, dude.
Beautiful. Yeah, I think that gift shop is just like done so well. Like, just aesthetically and stylistically, it's just really nice.
It's a cool place. It almost has like a winery vibe.
It's that whole Spanish villa kind of.
Yeah, it's awesome.
The guy tells us kind of, kind of what's going on. Sorry, the tasting's not open. And then he was kind of telling us kind of different things of, over here, we have this, we have this available. Then he said, today we have special bottles that we're, offering available only in the gift shop. So it was a Four Roses single barrel. So it's the OBSV recipe, the whole thing. But these are hand selected by Brent Elliott, master distiller.
Apparently it's just a little bit of a special barrel. Another reason just to come down and check it out.
Brent Elliott, master distiller, picking a barrel and being like, this barrel's amazing. Let's sell it in the gift shop. And, to people that are coming here and supporting us, I would say most of the distilleries went beyond grateful. They're all super grateful, but most of them went beyond that of just, saying, thank you so much for coming down here and helping to support us during this time. And get down here.
Yeah, get down here and support them.
Even if you got to drive 24 hours.
Yeah, I mean, we drove 13. There was another little find that we did just in, or you did in, was it Liquor Barn?
Yeah, it was in Liquor Barn. I just saw it.
Tell them what it is, buddy.
Oh,
I'll hold out.
I'm holding my cards. Jim Beam single barrel. In PA, and even in New Jersey, where we're from, PA meaning, and then Jersey bias, they don't have this Jim Beam single barrel yet. They have the old one, which was under 100 proof. They bumped up the proof to 108, non-chill filtered.
You're all about that. It's pretty darn good, man. I was pleasantly surprised with that.
I mean, you're at like mid-20s for a single barrel, over 108 proof. Yep. Like, come on, non-chill filtered. As you can see, we've had this for a couple days and we've just been sipping this thing down. Just enjoying every little bit of it.
I lost my glass.
Wheels are falling off, buddy.
We're still, well, it's not the first one of the day, but.
Well, we hit Turkey today.
Another awesome place, by the way. Everybody knows by now I'm a Turkey Mouth.
You're a Turkey Mouth guy.
I got Turkey Mouth. They were very cool there, and you got to try a bunch of stuff, and of course they wouldn't let us do tours, and we actually had to sign a waiver there that we know. I guess we have. Yeah, or we're taking the risk, which I think most places should just do that.
What they're gonna probably do is from now on, even after this whole thing passes over. I think they're going to start having you book tours ahead of time, because I think what it really helps them do is keep the groups smaller, so they can really focus on individualizing it for the group. A lot of the tour guides were saying they like hate that there's not a lot of people around because of the whole restrictions.
And revenue for the business, and it ultimately affect their job.
But they're also digging the whole smaller groups.
Yeah, I mean,
more intimate.
We were at 1792, and she was saying, it's nice with the small groups just because you can talk to everybody. You don't have people who are talking and starting to have a side conversation or talking on the phone or doing everything and everybody can really get to check everything out, and she can just be, communicate on an individual level a little bit better. And it's forcing them to find different ways to do things, and other certain things are going to be more efficient.
Yeah, it's just going to be better.
It's just worth seeing the process.
Oh man,
the
massive scale.
The massive scale of some of these places. We were at a small place.
Oh, that was so cool.
Recommended to us. That was called the Barrel House.
Barrel House that was right in Lexington, right by the James Pepper distillery.
Literally in the same parking lot.
Yeah,
the
they have a
building
cool
used to be part of the Pepper. You want to talk about like doing it by hand? They're doing it by hand, and everything. I mean, from bottling by hand, everything's done by hand, and super small batch, like fermenting, a couple hundred gallons at a time.
Yep.
Versus, tens of thousands, 96,000 gallon fermenters that you see at like
40 of them.
At like Buffalo Trace with just massive scale. You really get to see hands-on, and you start to understand the process even better. So even that was an awesome tour. Cool. Definitely go check out if you're in the area. Swing into Barrel House. There's a nice little restaurant and bar attached to it. Attached to the building, and you can go over there and you can actually buy pours of their stuff if you don't want to buy a whole bottle, and just some really cool stuff.
Very
cool stuff. Even if you know how it's made, if you've never seen it,
totally
you've never
different.
seen, like, you ever walked into like, a warehouse and there's just barrels and barrels and barrels, and you start thinking about how many bottles that is and just the magnitude of what it is, but yet things are sitting there for a long time, and it's so worth it. So worth it.
And the smells when you go into Jeff kept telling me, he's like, wait till you go into a Rick House. It hit me when we went into 1792 for the first time. It was like I was like 15 feet, maybe 20 feet away from the door that was open to the one warehouse, and you could smell it walking up, and and then when you get into the rick house, it's like, oh my god, this is heaven.
Yeah, it just has an amazing smell. We've listed probably a lot of reasons to come down here.
There are so many reasons.
So if you're coming up with excuses,
Lame.
Yeah. Even if you have a great store around you where you can basically get everything you want, it's worth coming down.
It really is.
And just supporting them and getting those little kind of things that you can't get anywhere else. They do save some of those little honey treats.
You know what? You'll come away with knowledge and things that even if you know everything about bourbon,
you don't know everything about bourbon. So what's so cool too is you see just how every place does their, does it their way, and it's interesting. There's still a lot we haven't seen, and it's going to take a few trips, but we're going to keep at it, buddy. We're going to persevere through all this.
We're going to Sally Farth.
Pumped to be down here. We're really pumped to be sharing with you. Check us out on Instagram. We've been trying to post a couple things there just to kind of keep everybody in the loop of what we've been up to. Anyway, from the Bourbon Buddies, cheers.
Cheers.